Hi, thanks so much for joining me. It's Jennifer here, and I am here doing another energy reading, and this one is for the week of December the 19th to the 25th. So we have a lot going on this week. So I have kind of picked my decks according to what we have going on and also what I felt called to do or drawn to do. So I'm going to do my usual 3 rows. The first row to represent Yule, because we have Yule coming on the 21st, which is Wednesday. And of course, that is the celebrating the return of the light. So the 21st is our longest day of darkness. And after that, the days start to get longer again. So I know I am really looking forward to it, and I am definitely celebrating Yule. So with that in mind, I am drawing one card from Seasons of the Witch, the Yule Oracle, to represent the current energies we are working through. And then the second row, because we have a super new moon on Friday, so 2 days later, on the 23rd, we have the super new moon in Capricorn. And so I'm drawing one card to represent just the energies of the moon, and again, to bring in that energy into the reading. Nothing specific, I'm just kind of leaving it open. But the Moonology Manifestation Oracle cards by Yasmin, Boland. Oh, I'm sorry, the Seasons of the Witch Oracle was by Lorraine and Juliet, Diaz. And then finally, for the third row, I'm drawing one card from the Mystical Shaman Oracle card deck by Alberto, Villoldo, and Colette, Baron-Reid, and Marcela, Lobos. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And it's that one there. And this is just representing a message from our ancestors. I always feel it's important to connect with the ancestors. And then, of course, for the main part of the reading, I am using the Universal Rider-Waite deck. Okay, sorry, I'm just going to move my cards or my boxes off to the side here. So I've already did some shuffling, but again, I don't want to, keep you waiting and waste your time here. So I'm just doing another quick little shuffle, and then carrying on with the reading here. Did that make sense? I wasn't really paying attention to what I was just saying. I'm not sure if I actually said what I was trying to get across. I feel like there's more than one card there. Nope. I just want to demonstrate that I am shuffling, but let you know that I've shuffled much more. Okay. So I've got the oracle cards drawn, and now I'm just doing the tarot to get more in depth into what is happening. Wow, okay. We have lots of passion here being represented with wands. We have 4 wand cards. We have a couple cups, and we have a couple swords, and we do have a devil card. So let's see what's going on here. So the current energies we're working through, and this is with the first row with the Yule Oracle, Seasons of the Witch. So we have wreath. I'm just going to read this to you. There in a circle of life tends to breathe death. One is not without the other, eternally bound by the essence of spirit. So to me, this is about cycles. The ending of one cycle means that there's a beginning of another. So of course you can't have one without the other, and it's about the balance of it as well. Okay, so let's dive in here. So we are starting the week with the energies of the Ace of Wands. So this is the beginning of a new passionate endeavor. And then we have the the Six of Cups. So this is something, it feels to me that, I'm just hold on here, hold on. I'm just gonna feel into that Five of Cups a little bit more, because I feel like there's a little bit more. I mean, the Ace of Wands to me is just very like, bloop, that's what it is. But the Six of Cups, I feel like there's a bit more information available here. Okay, so what I'm feeling is in this particular photo, and so it feels like there has been something that you have, it's like there is an appreciation for something in your life, but it's, or you're showing appreciation, or you're feeling appreciation, but it is in the figures, the smelling of the lily, and the appreciation of that, and then sharing that appreciation with another. So it's like the gift of your heart or appreciation, or for where you are in the world, or whatever. There's also like a childlike aspect to this. So it's like you're stepping back and connecting with energies, simple things, like things that you used to do as a child, that made you have that gratitude and appreciation, but feeling kind of that magic in the world. So it's like you're stepping back into those energies, and then you're going out into the world with this intention, and you're sharing it with others. So it's like tuning into this aspect of you carrying the appreciation, and then you're just being that in the world. But by being that and stepping into that and surrendering into that, it's like you are, you're sharing it with others, and it's not even really an intentional thing. It's just you being who you are. And through this, we have actually another six. So we have the Six of Swords. And we had this one come up last week. So this still feels to me like, and it's funny, this card popped into my mind as I was shuffling, so it's interesting that it actually showed itself again. And it still feels to me, because when it popped into my mind, I had the same energies come in with it, and it feels like the same in this reading that it was last week, that it's your higher self guiding you in this new passionate endeavor. And it's like, with that Six of Cups, it's like you're in alignment with it. And I think that's why there's that feeling, that feeling of, I keep wanting to say childhood, but it's just because you're more in the now moment, and you're in appreciation of where you're at and what you're feeling. And then you are allowing your alignment with your higher self to lead you. So it's not, stuff in your mind or all the shoulds or pressures, but you're just going, it's like you've let that go, and you're just allowing the flow to happen, and trusting that you're not even paying attention to the thoughts. Like they're there, it's part of it, but you're not focused on that. You're just focused on the feeling behind it, and that's what's leading you into this passion, because which makes a lot of sense when you think about it, because wands representing passion. Passion is a feeling that comes from within. So that is what's guiding you, and this is your higher self, and this is just showing to me that you are beginning this new thing, as is indicated with the wreath. So I would say that because this is showing the beginning of something, the end is already finished, and so this is the beginning of a new. And it seems to me we've been having a new beginning. So this is something that has been in the works for a while. I also say that because we have the two sixes here, which tells me that it's been in a process. So we're not like at the beginning, although it's showing a beginning, but it's like everything is lining up to set you up for the next step, if that makes sense. It makes sense to me. I'm just hoping I'm using the right words to portray what I'm feeling here. So moving into the next row, with the moon energies for the week, we have the first quarter moon in Pisces, honoring your feelings. So again, we're talking about feelings here, as I was indicating, or feeling, no pun intended, with the first row. And that's how I do my readings. I just go by how the feeling. Sometimes I get images or thoughts pop in, but most of it is just through clairsentience, just what is my body feeling, what energy am I feeling, and because everything is energy, right? So it's just a matter of tuning in and then deciphering it and then finding the words that match, which is why sometimes I'm like, I hope that makes sense, because I'm trying to find the words that match what I'm feeling, and then try to pick it all out of the cards and put it into a sequence that makes sense. So sometimes it does, sometimes I think it might be a little confusing, depending on how tuned in I am and how I'm perceiving it and putting it all together. It's like a puzzle. Anyways, sorry, back to the reading. So honoring your feelings with that moon. So Pisces as well is very intuitive. Pisces is astrological sign that is intuitive. It's known for how being tuned into the energies, and it's also a water sign. Water is also about emotions, so it's about honoring your feelings. So what are you feeling? Which again, as I said, is very much about what the first row was about, but this is the second row. So we're working with these feelings and how it's guiding us. It's like our signposts, our feelings will always indicate if we're in alignment or not. The happier and more joyous and in appreciation we are, the more in alignment we are, and it's easier to surrender. If we're feeling uncomfortable or then it's an indication that we're out of sync, if there's an uncomfortableness in how we're feeling. So it usually means our thoughts are getting in the way and leading us off our path a little bit. But, there's no right or wrong in this. It's a matter of navigating through it, right? And recognizing it for what it is. It's coming back into the present, and that's how we feel. So we have the Page of Wands. We're starting with the Page of Wands. So again, I did say 4 wands, that's right. So in this particular row, we have the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands and then the King of Cups. So this is, very much to me about the feeling, so the passion again. So the Page of Wands, so it feels like the page you are being represented, this is, it feels like you are answering a higher calling or stepping into your purpose or whatever in your higher calling. So with him looking at the top of the wand, it's like, what is the highest outcome? I'm dreaming big. I'm dreaming, this isn't limited by thoughts or beliefs. This is, I'm stepping beyond that, and what am I feeling in my heart? What am I feeling in my solar plexus? And that's where I'm being led to. And you are protected, as indicated with those salamanders on his clothing. Sorry, I'm just feeling into that. And it's like a very clear, there's no confusion in your head, there's no doubts coming in. It's a very clear feeling, being led into this path. And then with the Knight of Wands is indicating to me that there is a lot of movement. So we are coming, it's not just the planning, but we are actually taking steps into this. So there's a lot of force, there's a lot of power, a lot of passion behind what you are doing, and you are prepared. You've done the internal work, you've had the experience of life behind you, you have wisdom, so you are going in prepared and with very focused intention in what this path is that you are on and beginning. It's like this, it's a process. So everything is lining up as you continue and move forward in this path. And you have been already taking steps, but every step you take aligns you more as you continue following that inner guidance. And then we have the King of Cups. So this is carrying the energy of being open-hearted, again, trusting that intuition, being in a flow as he's surrounded by the water, but being very confident and feeling very secure in this path as you are taking it, and having the trust and surrendering to that. So finally, in the last row, we are starting with the magic card, and this is with the mystical shaman oracle. So the magic card, oh my gosh, I love the energy in this card. This is like to me, it feels like your higher self being represented here. It could be your guides, could be angels, ascended masters, but it's about the magic. So the magic that in infinite creation, anything is possible, and that's why you are being guided, and you're not getting into your head about it. If you do, you are easily able to step back out and into the energies of where you're being guided. So this row is followed by the Queen of Wands. So again, it's sorry, I'm just tapping into the energies of this card. It's a feeling of being, I had mentioned before about being, stepping into a higher purpose, and actually I'm feeling that again with this card. And as I'm saying that, I'm realizing that the Page of Wands, where I was picking up that first feeling of stepping into your higher purpose, is actually facing the Queen of Wands. But she's looking away, she's not looking back. So it's like you are continuing forward. I feel like this isn't the end of this part of your journey this week. It's going to continue on. So this is going to go past this week's energy, and you are still creating. So this is something you are still manifesting. With that Queen of Wands, it is all about the manifestation, the magic, as indicated with the black cat, the mystery, not knowing the answers, but just trusting your feelings, taking the steps one at a time as the information comes to you, as the knowing comes to you, and you see things opening up for you, the opportunities, things falling into alignment, and then you step into that one, and then the next feeling comes in, and then you know where to go. So it's not knowing the whole picture, but you're just following the feeling, and it comes into your awareness one part at a time, so to speak. So it's all about that. So with that Devil card, okay, this is an interesting, I feel like this is a little because it's all so positive, and then this Devil card, not that it's negative, but it's just it's like, okay, this doesn't fit into the reading. So what is this all about? Is it a warning? Is it just a cautionary tale? Give me 1 second here. I'm just going to tune into this. I feel like he has his hand held up here, and I feel like it's first I thought, is this like, don't move too quickly? But I feel like it's more of a pull, or a very, like, what's the word I want? It's shoot, I can't think of the word. It's like not you want to, I'll think of the word later. I'll go, oh, that's the word I was thinking. I always do that. So, but it's a conditioned response, or it's a conditioning, a very human condition to kind of fall back into old ways. So when we're living our life and being in a new way, as many of us are these days, we're living in a higher vibration, but there's the old ways that we haven't fully stepped into a more now moment. So we are still influenced by past conditioning, not all the time, but I mean, it's still there. There's an awareness of it. And we go back and forth a little bit. And so this Devil card to me is about just pay attention to that. Keep an awareness of that when you are falling into old patterns, old ways of thinking that might take you off track. And when you go back into your head or step into fear, right, which would be in that, or anxiety, which is fear as well, and then notice how that type of energy will kind of keep you chained. Like I'm looking at the card, and it's like a chain. It keeps you it keeps you tied. It keeps you limited in your potential. So it's just to pay attention to those old thought patterns, because there is almost like a comfort in it, because we have, it has been such a huge part of our life, but it is in the past, right? So it's just paying attention, recognizing it for what it is. Don't beat yourself up over it if you do realize or notice that you have it, but just be aware of them and love them, right? It's an aspect of who you are as you are growing and evolving and changing and stepping into more fully into this new version of you, this higher, more expanded, loving, grounded version of you. And realize that, you might not ever not have those aspects of you, because we're still walking the planet. I mean, it's just part of the evolution, I believe, and it's just loving all of it and accepting all of it, but just keeping awareness and coming back into the present moment. Because our head is always going to take us out of that, right? Our thoughts are always going to take us out of the present moment, and we stay in the present moment through our feelings and how we feel, and that's where the potential is. That's where the magic is, because then there's no limitation in our creation of what we're creating. Okay, so finally, the Justice card is how we are ending the week, and I want to say, did we have this card last week, or maybe it was Judgment? It might have been the Judgment card. I think it was that one, but I feel like Justice was here too, but we have Justice. So that's how we are ending the week. So in the energy of this card, it feels like there is, well, I feel like it's almost like a balancing, of course, with the scales of justice, and the sword. So it's balancing your thoughts with what you feel, and it's taking both into consideration and integrating both and recognizing each for what it is, and then choosing how you want to move forward, because of course you always have the choice. This is your path, unique to you, and how you want to create it, how you want to step into each moment. It's a feeling of what's right for you. I was going to say what's right or wrong, but there is no wrong. But I would say what feels like it's in alignment and what feels like it's not, based on how you're feeling. And then you choose from there. And it is that's interesting. So I just got like a balancing of the nervous system is what I just kind of heard. So balancing of the nervous system, what does that mean? Oh, okay. So that's interesting. So what I was just told was that it's like a stepping out of the fight or flight response and more into peace. So as you are more out of your head and base your beliefs on past experiences and come into the now and release things from the past, realizing you're not that person that's in the past. The now is all that really exists. And as you integrate that more and more and more, it brings a deeper sense of peace, because you are creating always from the now, always from the now. And in doing that, there is a regulating of the nervous system, and that's where that balance comes in. So it's a regulating of the nervous system, which changes a whole lot of systems in your body. I'm not sure what they are, but a lot, like a lot of the endocrine system, the hormones, like a lot. So a lot of the systems. And it allows your vibration to change, to integrate and hold higher vibration. Oh wow, this is I'm getting a lot of information from this card. But it's like a whole game changer as you do this and practice this, and it is very much a practice, how that will bring more peace and regulate your systems. It's like a reset. That was the word I was thinking of, resetting them. Wow, that's it. And really interesting. Okay, I never would have thought that. Okay, so that is the reading for the week. Very interesting week. So whatever you celebrate this coming week, I wish you all the best in your celebrations. And I thank you for joining me, and please take care of yourself. And remember that you are loved, and that I love you. And we will see you next week. Bye for now.